Hi, I'm Elle Keen and I am the Registrar here at the New Zealand Maritime Museum.
I'm Godfrey Reid. I'm an avid maritime collector and donator of items to the Maritime Museum. Over a long period of time, probably 40 or 50 years, I collected maritime bits and pieces. They've took over more of the house to the chagrin of my wife. So I contacted the Maritime Museum, said, these are the items I've been looking after, would you like to come and view them? Thinking they would take everything. And they came and took many items, but still left me with a lot of items.
Accessioning in a museum is quite a process. I don't think lots of people realise. Sort of the process is two factors. So we start with the acquisition process and then we accession objects into the collection once they're accepted. We do actually care about these stories, we do love these objects, so some of the challenges are declining things that don't fit with the museum that we would still otherwise like to take. We do it because we have to make sure that we are taking in objects that really fit our collection, and if it's not quite right for us, it'll be right for somebody else.
Absolutely. Nothing belongs to me. I'm only there to look after it. I think that gives me a lot of satisfaction that I know that my items are going to a place where someone will be the custodian and take over that role.
That's a really important thing to remember, that we as museums don't view ourselves as like the people who own these things. We are just custodians. We are here to look after them. We do tend to put things to an acquisitions committee, and one of the team has to put forward like a proposal where we go through the donor, what they're donating, why they're donating it, its significance, its place in the collection, its impact on the collection and our resources, and its provenance. Provenance is basically the object's story, its history, where it's come from. Provenance is really important for us, knowing where something came from, when it came from, not just for story purposes, but for our sort of legal, ethical side.
Many years ago, my brother-in-law, he went to Campbell Island as the engineer, and the only communication from the island to anywhere in the world was via Morse code. And that particular key was a standard post office Morse key that they took down and they used. Brian was working on a generator down there, and the generator exploded and filled one of his eyes with shards of carbon. So the designated first aider got on that Morse key and over a 24-hour period communicated back and forth to the doctor in charge of them in Wellington, and on his instructions managed to extract all the carbon from Brian's eye and patch his eye. And the really good thing about the story is Brian is just about to turn 93 and has perfect eyesight.
That's an incredible story, especially that his eyesight is still
It's just
so good.
fantastic, and I spoke to him this morning.
It's amazing. Things like this Morse key, like it's not just a Morse key, it's that story, it's that history, and that's what really excites visitors. I absolutely love my job. Just meeting people and knowing how much it means to them to see their objects on display, how much it means to them that the museum's taken them in, really does drive you. Like, it is, what is the most important thing? It is people.
Yeah, to me it's a satisfaction that I've actually achieved something by protecting something that hasn't been lost. It's wonderful.